Here we go.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest? Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Nothing gets by me!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! First aid!
Don't run towards me.
Shooting star! Lightning condemned! Sleep now! Lunar corruption! Back into the forest! Holy land!
No, I didn't want to catch that.
Not today!
Lightning
you
condemned!
sit down.
Great fear! Sleep now! Evil!
Oh my god.
Reload! Let them mark beyond the darkest sky! That'll bring you down! Lunar corruption!
Now you see what I can do! Far enough! Resonate with the
Jesus, that was incredibly
Get
loud.
out of bed!
So what are they doing?
Can't move!
Don't leave me! Cascade!
Down on the
Spread!
ground!
Healing circle! Face up! Lightning condemned! In here! Radiant! Here! Sleep now! Here's a healing arm! I'll be saving first aid! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting star! Healing circle!
On your
Lightning condemned! Anything! Lightning condemned! In here! Here!
captivity!
Damn it! Sleep now!
Leave the targets to me!
Mega ray!
Am I casting the right spell?
Shooting star!
Yes, I am.
Condemned! Sleep now!
Elusive deity! The flame inside
I never
me yearns for to fly! Burn! Outline you!
Magic is there! Sleep now! Take it!
I don't know if I have the right spell casting here, but it looks like I do.
Lightning!
can't get out of this!
Shooting star! Lightning condemned! I'm out of it. In here!
Ground! Demon Lash!
Sleep now!
Blade!
Healing circle! Back into the fray! Shooting star!
Try harder! Take this! This is all mine!
Lightning condemned!
Demon Fang!
Thunderblade! Lightning condemned!
Alright, cool. I'm safe right here.
Feel! Give up! More from the stockpile! I'll bring you back from lightning condemned! In here! Resuscitation!
No
Feel!
dawn shall break this night!
Stuck.
Far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon let the mark
Tornado Drive! Demon Fang! Now or never! I can carve through armor!
Shooting star!
This is gonna be a
Can't
big
get out of this!
shooting star.
You picked the wrong fight! This is
Lightning
all mine!
condemned! Will this help?
Demon Lash!
Feel!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll be saving
Begin.
Sleep
I
now!
like to call that the giggle shooting star.
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Shooting star!
Heal! Rising Wyvern!
Water!
Ignite!
Hear my call!
Sit down.
Lightning condemned! Blood! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Demon Fang!
Sleep now! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze Lancer!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Healing circle!
Safe here.
Take it!
No rest for the wicked. I'm grateful.
Leave the
I'll
choice
wait
to
for
me.
them to
Pierce through!
There!
run around.
Shooting star!
Here I come! Burn in hell!
Lightning condemned!
Elusive deity!
In here! Healing circle! Holy land! Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! I never miss!
Take this!
Magnificent!
Spear!
Raging lightning! Lightning! Lightning condemned! Thunderblade! Here!
Finish it! Rising Wyvern! No further!
Not in your dreams!
This is not me casting all of that. Or actually it was.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Of course not. This is a JRPG.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Dahnan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a
slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dana are meaningless distinctions. He and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alva!
It's too late! You can't stay here!
We need to go! Alphen!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
He's gonna save us in the end. Just watch.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Actually, we already
Are
have a
you two
law.
okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Or it's not.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renus Alma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renus Alma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, and not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
We'll see about that. I mean, clearly they must be aliens. The only valid answer. Cannot fast travel. They want me to run through everything. Just where the Renaissance sat 300 years ago. Now there's also no trace of Awa. None of these plants have had a thingamabobber on them. In some ways, I did kind of expect for all of this to be over on Renegade. Though I do admit there's a little bit of a surprise. And we gotta go to Rena. Although, you know, I would prefer it that way. Take that. Then we are going to save. This is a safety save in case I need to mark here. But I'm not going to mark because I think I already marked. Too soon.
I won't forgive you.
No, good word. I'm not ready to Alpha.
Lightning condemned! Seal! In here!
I won't show you any mercy.
Annihilation!
Too fast.
Stand back. I'll flip it up.
Gotcha! Support! Go get him! Bullseye!
Rising rider.
Here goes! Here's another!
I'll burn it all. Flaming pillar. Fire! Here I come.
Lightning condemned! Thunder blaze!
Go to hell.
One more! One last one!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about astral energy! Full throttle! Here I go! One more! Lightning condemned!
Consider yourself finished! Onward and upward.
There's no enemies here. Definitely worth being.
Coming through! In a vine!
Worth fighting over these guys for.
Here I come!
Here!
Take this! This one's mine!
These ones can run rings around us!
Let free!
Shooting star!
Elusive
Lightning
beam!
condemned!
Sonic
In here! Healing circle! Field!
Down on the ground!
Back into the fray!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And pummeling to me! Eat dirt!
Mega ray! This one's mine! I'm on a roll!
Heal!
Mega ray! Annihilation! Lightning condemned! Thunder blade! Do it! Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! With this, I can become even stronger.
Wow, I got a level 5 running right now. I think I might want to keep that. Let's see. You've got 800. I don't think you're doing any perfect guards. That would be nice. That is incredibly... Alright, we're gonna grab that. And then we're gonna grab that. You... Mandaba. I think I already have a mid-air. No, I don't. No, I don't. More art casting resilience. I thought there was something else that I wanted for her. That's what I wanted. There's just not much left for you. Let's use a happy bottle. Please tell me I'm going the right way. Yes.
Out of our way! Lightning condemned! Fix sleep now!
Incantation
I'll be saving this one! In here! Everyone, get back!
Time to cross
It's too
blade.
dangerous!
Get back, something. You don't know me like
You picked the
that.
wrong fight!
Shooting star! Raging sword! I'll take it from here!
I had to do it. This is gonna do more damage than my shooting stuff.
Deus roar!
As much as I hate to say it.
Here, let me help,
That's
Hampton.
27,000.
You close one! Gotcha! Hit! Gemini Razor Cyclone!
Thrust!
Radiant here! Lightning descent!
Keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Get out of this!
Here's a healing arc!
Rising
First
Viper!
aid!
I don't know how many of these I have.
In here! One more!
On your knees.
Freeze Lancer! I can do this all day!
Okay,
Coming through!
I had too many.
Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning condemned! Feel!
This one's mine!
Blah blah blah! Annihilation! Now, Radiant here!
Covering wind! I'll smash you! Devastation! Mirage!
Shooting! This one's mine! Blah blah blah! Feel! Nothing! Sleep now! Here I go! Far enough! outfit! Shoot it! Blah, blah, blah. Feel! Sight! Burn! Go! Magna Ray! In here!
Here I come! Sword Rain out!
Shoot it! Stop! Freeze Blaster! Radiant, here! Ha! Here's a healing arm! First aid! Blah, blah, blah! Magna Ray! Armor won't save you! Annihilation! Magna Ray!
I'm ready!
Alpin! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
What are you talking about? We busted them up. Do a safety save. Alright, is the city gonna be messed up?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd—
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord, and the only one left is... Ah, very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Walked into that trap.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnagain's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Or what I like to call It's time to bust some suckers up. Renin Leader. Give me that max AG. Ground Dasher. What are we working on right now? No, that's not important. Ooh, improved healing arts. That cost 4 AG for some reason. Oh, that's like a... Okay. I understand what's going on now. We're gonna go with improved healing arts just because that's important.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values. Resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
We got a mark. Nope, I didn't want to click on that. Now I can't unclick on that.